Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Q1FY24 earnings conference call of Torrent Power Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. We have with us today Mr. Saurabh Mashruwala, CFO, Mr. Rishi Shah, GM Finance, and Mr. Jay Prakash Khanwani, AGM Finance. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Saurabh Mashruwala. Over to you, sir.
So good evening to all of you, and thank you for joining earnings calls of Torrent Power for Q1FY24. First, I will take you to the performance of the quarter, after which phone lines will be open for Q&A session. We'll explain the performance of the company at PBT level first, and then take you to the tax expenses separately. Reported PBT for the quarter stood at 711 crores as compared to 671 crores in the corresponding quarter last year, an increase of 40 crores, growth of about 6% on a reported basis. To better understand the underlying performance of the company, we'll take you to the non-recurring item first during the corresponding quarter last year, as there were no non-recurring item during the course of the current quarter. So non-recurring item in Q1 of last year includes two items. First, 16 crores profit we have booked on account of sale of land parcel. And second, another non-recurring item was provision of 10 crores made towards potential liability arising out of dropping 100 megawatt GUVNL solar project. So on net basis, non-recurring item credit was about 6 crores in Q1 of FY23. Adjusted for this, PBT for the quarter stood at 711 crores as compared to 665 crores in corresponding quarter of last year. This is higher by 46%, about growth of about 7%. I will now take you through the key highlights of the quarter, driving PBT growth of 46 crores. The improvement in the operating profit is on account of three factors. First, the improvement in overall contribution of thermal generation business by 60 crores, mainly on account of gain from sale of merchant power. The lower gas price coupled with a better demand of the merchant power allowed us to sell power in the merchant market to bilateral tie-up with NVVN, that is about 920 megawatt tenders won by the company during April 23, resulting in the net gain of 60 crores after considering trading gain booked in the corresponding quarter last year. The second reason is improvement in overall contribution of distribution business, which improved by 18 crores. Both distribution license as well as franchise distribution business showed improvement due to two factors. First, improvement in T&E losses, increase in the ROE and capitalization of capex, as well as incentive contributed about 62 crores. And this was partially offset by solar incentive of earlier years, accounted in Q1 of last year, and lower contribution from distribution franchise business mainly due to reduced volumes as well as bad debt provisions. The third reason is the renewable business of the company witnessed reduction in profitability by 30 crores due to lower generation of wind power projects due to Biparjoy cyclones. Moving on to the after-tax numbers, consolidated profit after tax reported for the quarter is 534 crores as compared to 503 crores reported in the corresponding quarter last year, which is higher by about 31 crores, growth of about 6%, in line with the increase in the PBT numbers. Now moving into the operational performance of the company, thermal generation witnessed an increase in PLF, mainly due to the increase in demand both from the off-takers, long-term off-takers, as well as merchant power. PLF of renewable generation was down on account of lower wind generation, mainly caused by the cyclone. Distribution business, on the other hand, witnessed a flat growth in demand, mainly on account of reduced demand at Ahmedabad as well as Agra. Apart from this area, overall demand of the other areas improved by 4%. This completes the overview of the quarterly financial as well as operating performance of the company. Moving on, we'll now brief you and provide the update of the current project which are under pipeline. 150 megawatt SECI 5 project was successfully commissioned on July 15, increasing our operating RE capacity to about close to 1.2 gigawatt and reinforcing our commitment towards renewables. TPLD 300 megawatt solar project is set to commission by end of this fiscal, while within MNRE approvals yesterday FQD date of March 24. PPA for 300 megawatts SECI 12 wind project was executed in April-March 23. Turnkey EPC contract for development of the project has been awarded to Suzlon. FQD date of project is scheduled at March 25. We have been strategically focusing on the C&I segment in RE, which has relatively higher margins than competitively built projects. We have recently entered into the agreement with the subsidiary of the Shapoorji Pallonji Group for supply of 132 megawatt solar project for desalination plant in Gujarat. The alliance propels our ambition of catering to the specific emerging needs of C&I as a client, taking over the total development capacity of 757 megawatt. That's all for this quarter. Now I would request coordinator to open the Q&A session. We wish everybody to stay safe and healthy. Thank you. Handing over to the operators.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to withdraw yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We'll take our first question from the line of Sumit Kishore from Axis Capital. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Opportunity. My first question is, could you spell out what is the merchant sale volume in million units in Q1FY24, and what was the realization per kilowatt hour? And if you could share what is the EBITDA contribution in Q1 due to merchant power sale?
So EBITDA contribution we have said on net basis we are on about 60 crores profit after offsetting the LNG gain which we made in the last quarter, similar comparable quarter of last year. So on net basis we made about 60 crores profit from the merchant merchant sale.
Okay.
So we have a choice available. We have a choice available to sell either generate the electricity and sell it, or we have a choice of selling the gas. So this quarter we choose to sell electricity rather than selling the LNG.
So 60 crore is the delta in profit from merchant sale after offsetting what was the difference in gains on sale of LNG. Is that the right understanding?
Absolutely.
So I'm just trying to sort of segregate the two numbers. Can you tell us what is the LNG sale gain in Q1 FY24 and Q1 FY23, and what is the absolute delta in merchant sale volume, so that I can understand the contribution from merchant sale better?
So LNG gain was last year about 80 crores. Q1 of last year. Yeah. So you just have to sum up, add it basically. The merchant gain is about 140 crores is the merchant gain for the current quarter.
Okay. Q1 FY24 has seen hardly an LNG gain, say LNG.
Yes, 80 crores last year. Q1 of last year.
So Sumit, basically last year of Q1 had merchant LNG gain of 80 crores. And this year, Q1 has a merchant gain of 140 crores. So incrementally this year, this quarter, it is 60 crores higher.
Okay. Your BSE filing says that your RLNG sales contribution in Q1 FY24 is 721 million rupees.
Yeah, we'll look at that.
The BSC.
Turnover. That is turnover.
That is turnover, I would say.
The turnover, yeah. So there is some turnover from sale of. So that has not resulted in any gain, you are saying, in Q1 FY24.
140 crore merchant includes the sale on LNG also about 10, 12, 10, but it's minuscule amount. 10 crore gain is there. So merchant, you can assume about 130 crores from merchant, 10 crores from the LNG for the current quarter, and about 80 crores last year LNG gain. So the delta will be about 60 crores.
Got it. My question is answered. It is good to see the addition of C&I customer in RE capacity, Shapurji, Palinji, that you mentioned. What are the IRR metrics and tariffs that you are getting from such C&I customers, and what is the scope of growing this portfolio over the next 1 to 2 years?
Kind of a mid-teen IRR kind of a things we are targeting for these C&I customers.
Okay. And my last question is that in the distribution business, you mentioned that the net delta is 18 crores, but the delta for license distribution is 62 crores. Is there any, is this entirely driven by contribution from additional capitalization, or is there something else also? Because we generally see that in the license distribution business, the volume growth has just been about 0.76% year on year for all the regulated distribution circles combined. So, so is this purely driven by additional ROE on, increase in regulated equity base?
So it's a combination basically, additional ROE from the capex as well as the improvement in the T&D losses. Two factors, I would say.
Okay. Well, thank you so much and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, please press star and 1 on your phone now. We have a next question from the line of Nikhil Abhyankar from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So, sir, any update on the parallel licensing applications that we have given?
In terms of parallel licensing, what we have applied in the Maharashtra, we have responded to all queries of the regulators. Now we are awaiting the date of hearing. So there is no further update beyond what I have given right now. But there are some queries will be raised, which we have answered them, and we are awaiting the next date of hearing for the parallel licensing.
So what exactly would be the timelines? I think earlier we had mentioned somewhere around the end of this year we would be getting some licenses.
We can't give any specific timeline at this moment, but we are awaiting to hear from the regulators after responding to all their queries and all those things, all information they required.
Okay, sir. Sir, can you also give us what will be the capex for the C&I segment for setting of 135 megawatt and the tariffs for it?
Capex would be about apart from this, we have about 160 megawatt of C&I tie-up right now. Mm-hmm. So capex would be in the range of about 700 crores, I would say.
Okay.
And as we mentioned, the IRR will be the mid-teen IRR kind of a things we are expecting.
So you cannot disclose the tariffs?
Sorry?
You won't be able to disclose the tariffs, sir?
No.
Okay, sure. And sir, also, can you give us the EBITDA breakup?
So EBITDA breakup, in fact, we have started reporting segment reporting in our consolidated accounts. So I think segment-wise EBITDA is available from the consolidated account. I can give you the number. Generation, we have started reporting this segment reporting this for Q1 onward. So what EBITDA we have reported, generation we have reported 358 crores EBITDA. For transmission distribution about 691 crores. Renewable is about 254 crores. And total EBITDA is, we have reported is about 1,275 crores. 1,275 crores.
Understood. And so earlier in your opening remarks, you mentioned increase in contribution from distribution business. So I did not get the exact quantum of it. So can you just give it again?
So about 62 net contribution about 18 crores, and our license distribution has contributed about 62 crores. It is offset by the lower volumes as well as from the franchisee, as well as reduced volume, as well as bad debt provision. And after a similar quarter, we also got some solar incentive which was not available this year. Similar incentive is not available. So three impact I would say. So lower solar incentive, lower volumes, contribution for franchise distribution business, as well as small bad debt provisions.
Understood. Okay, sir. Thank you. I'll get back.
Thank you. A reminder to participants to press star and 1 to ask a question. We have a question from the line of Dhruv Muchal from HDFC Mutual Fund. Please go ahead. Mr. Dhruv Muchal, please unmute your line.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, sorry. So, sir, can you speak something about the C&I opportunity that you're targeting probably in the next 2-3 years? What can you capture? Something on that side, please.
We can't give any specific numbers, but we are actively exploring the C&I opportunity because we have started with the more than 150 megawatt we have tied up. So, and if you look at the overall scenario as a country as a whole, total demand of the country about 49% is pertaining to this segment, C&I segment. And as of now, about 5% I would say is tied up. So there is a huge potential we can see under this segment, I would say.
But there is no specific number or any target that you are looking at.
No, we can't have any specific target, but we are working on this segment very actively right now.
Got it. Sure, sir. That was broadly, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Participants who wish to ask a question are requested to press star and 1 on their phone now. We have a question from the line of Anuj Upadhyay from Investec. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, sir. So could you highlight the EBITDA from Dadra and Nagar Haveli for the quarter?
We have given the consolidated EBITDA for distribution and transmission segment. We have started reporting segment-wise reporting, where about 691 crores is the total EBITDA which we have reported for entire transmission distribution.
Right.
Can we get Yeah, we will not be able to share the breakup of this. It's covering all distribution, franchise license, everything.
Okay. And do we remain firm on our capex guidance, sir, for current and next year?
Yeah, we have reported about 2,000 crores capex, about 1,750 crores for license distribution, about 250 crores franchise. That guidance is continuing at least for current year as well as next year also.
Okay. That's it, sir. I'll join the queue if I have anything else.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Jiten Rushi from Axis Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir. So most of my questions have been answered, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Shubhadeep Mitra from Nuvama. Please go ahead.
Good evening and thank you for the opportunity. I joined the call a little bit late, so apologies if this is like a repeat question. But just wanted to get your sense of, how do you see the overall bidding scenario panning out on the renewable space? Are you seeing a pickup in the bidding that's happening over there? How do you see your own market share panning out over there?
So in terms of bidding scenario, renewables bidding scenario, what our view is that the plain vanilla solar and wind have an intense competition. So we started looking into the hybrid kind of a model where we can supply the solar and wind as a package, I would say. So that is what we are looking at right now. And we are actively considering the C&I segment also.
So on the hybrid side, are you also looking at pumped hydro?
Sir, I'm sorry, can you use your handset mode, please? You're not clearly audible.
I am using my handset. Is this better? Hello?
It's not very clear.
Not very clear.
Apologies. Is this better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, just wanted to check that on the hybrid opportunity, how are you seeing, kind of combining that with the pumped hydro related MOUs, et cetera, that you signed, and over what period of time do you see that panning out?
Pump hydro is a separate thing. We have MOU with the Maharashtra government about development of 3 pump hydro projects. So we have identified 3 sites. So we have started working with the MOU approvals. So it's a bit long run process because we have to get the approval of MOF. There only and we will start work on this. It's basically 3 to 5 years project.
Understood. Perfect. That's it from my side. Thanks.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Bharani Vijay Kumar from Spark Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. I see that we have obtained a board approval to transfer few renewable assets to a company called Torrent Green Energy Private Limited. So can you highlight the future, say, plans with this wholly owned subsidiary, rationale behind this move?
So, as you know, the green energy business is a growing business. So we want to create this platform for green energy, and we want to create this holding company, green energy holding company. And so we are taking the first step of consolidating all renewable projects under this vehicle, I would say. So, and some of the units we are transferring by our slump sale into this company.
Okay. Right now, only about 316 megawatt looks like seem to have been transferred. So the remaining assets would also be transferred within this holdco?
Gradually, yes. All investment will also going to be transferred into this holdco.
I'm talking about the existing assets, which is
currently
on other subsidiaries.
Currently, about 316 megawatt we are going to transfer. So, and very small piece of unit megawatt will be remain with the Torrent Power.
Okay, so remaining ones would also be transferred to this holdco.
They are already as SPVs of Torrent Power. Right now, what we are doing is we are transferring renewable projects which are there in standalone balance sheet of Torrent Power is getting transferred to a new holdco. So that is one part of it. All other remaining projects are already in SPVs.
Correct. So these SPVs will also come under this holdco. That's the question.
So not right now, but at some point of time, once this exercise is over, once slump sale exercise is over after NCLT approval, so we'll see at that point of time.
Okay, sir. And
not part of the scheme, I would say, not a part of the scheme.
Okay. And future project development would all come under this entity now?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And what would be our expectation of portfolio size? Like we have about 5 gigawatt of portfolio size expectation by.
So that is what our target is. We are working to create 5 gigawatt of capacity in next 3 to 5 years. So
okay.
So that is what our target is.
Okay.
We are aiming to reach up to 5 gigawatt.
Got it. Final question on the pumped storage hydro MOU that we had signed recently. So, is this going to be sold through a PPA to the state discom, or are we planning to use this to bundle with upcoming renewable projects under our company to sell power as an RTC power?
It is very initial stage at this moment, so we're not able to give any firm answer on this. But we will work on this project going forward.
Sure, sir. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Anuj Upadhyay from Investec. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity again, sir. So we saw Q1, the PLF across gas-based station hovering on an average of around 30%. Could you give some kind of an outlook how the balance part of the year looks like in terms of the utilization of the gas-based station? And secondly, are we looking out for a tie-up for the balance requirement of the station or the cargoes? I remember in last call you mentioned that we have a long-term contract with Reliance and IOC for 25%, and for another 20% we have made an arrangement. So any call on any further tie-ups, sir, for the balance requirement? And lastly, could you just elaborate on how things are panning out across your SMK region in terms of loss reduction? That's it, sir.
So in terms of gas tie-up, yes, if you look at the current prices are coming to the reasonable level, I would say is hovering about $10 to $12. We expect further softening in the price, and after that we will try to contract more cargoes also. So it depends on the gas tie-up, at what level future PLF will be operated is depending on the gas tie-up, further tie-up of the gas. So about 50% we have tied up. So, but again, it will depend on the price of the gas which is going to be available. In terms of SMK, T&D losses, which is a bit lower than as compared with the Q1 of last year. Last year it was about 38% T&D losses, which is about 32.5% at this moment for the Q1 FY24.
In terms of future trajectory, sir, so how much loss reduction do we target, say, in the current fiscal or next year for SMK?
Last year we reduced about 7% for a full year, I would say. So 6.5 to 7% reduction we have bring in. So we aim to at least 5-6% reduction going forward, at least for a couple of years, I would say.
Thank you, sir. That's it. Goodbye.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Mohit Kumar from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi. Good evening, sir, and thanks for the opportunity. So I have two questions. First is on this, I think we had tied up some capacity under a bilateral market where the government was paying us a fixed amount and we're supposed to sell on the merchant. Did you sell under this mechanism anything in the quarter? And do you think that mechanism will be repeated next summer?
So yes, that is what we sold merchant power in Q1 and made profit of about 130 crores, I would say. And so we have used this window and supplied the power in merchant market. We expect it's a summer demand, I would say, to meet the summer demand. Merchant power was sold. Going forward, it depends on the summer demand, and we expect for further tender from the government in somewhere around September, October kind of a things.
Did you sell the entire thing on the IEX? Is that right understanding? Fair assessment?
No, it is not under IEX. So it's on a bilateral basis we sold.
Okay, understood. So my second question is on the ancillary market. Of course, ancillary market has been operating now for a couple of months. Are you seeing any signs of traction? Are you able to schedule something in that market? And is that market, the liquidity is increasing, or do you think it is very low right now?
Sorry, which market you are referring to?
Ancillary market. Market launched by Ancillary.
Okay.
So was there any offtake during the quarter? Did you sell something? Or are you seeing is the liquidity very low right now?
No, we are not there in that market as of now.
Okay, understood, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Amit Bhinde from Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Most of my questions have got answered. Just one thing, if you can tell us about how much was the EBITDA for the franchise business. Usually, you used to give that split. Right now, you've clubbed T&D as one segment. So if you can tell us about it.
So we have started giving segment-wise reporting. So
Right.
we will provide the consulted EBITDA of transmission distribution business. It's about 691 crores. We're not able to provide the breakup.
All right. And on your pumped hydro storage, as one of the participants was also asking earlier, would there be, what is your outlook? Would it be a PPA signed or, how are you looking at it? One. And second, how quickly do you think this would come up? You mentioned that 3 to 5 years, but then the demand in the industry seems to be high. So do you think that it can be fast-paced? What would be the the cost that you are looking at? You have mentioned indicative cost in the press release, but any deviations on that? Do you think that can be the case?
So basically, for getting those clearances and all, there is a process which is involved, and it typically takes 2 to 3 years for that to be finished off or to be taken care of. So we don't foresee that these projects will come up before that. As far as model is concerned, I think right now there are 2 models in the industry which are being worked upon. One is simply leasing out of the storage capacity, and the second one is supplying RTC power by a back-end renewable capacity being put up. So as of now, we have not taken a decision on what sort of model we want to operate these facilities which we are developing. Once we are in the further stage of developing it, then we'll take a decision on which way we want to go.
Right. But surely this would not be like 16.5% regulated return on this one.
So I think these are all bidded projects. Even if you look at leasing out of your storage capacity, it's a bidding which is being done. And even if you want to supply RTC power, again, it would be bid which you'll have to win.
Right.
It's not a kind of a regulated return kind of a project.
But basically, if you have a right site, it will have a competitive advantage in the time of the bid is there.
Right. And roughly, what kind of tariff do you expect on this one?
Tariff, again, it will be bid to bid, but the cost, broad overview of the cost for developing these sites, I'm not including any renewable project, which if you want to sell RTC, which will have to put up, it would be around 27,000 crores approximately for all the 3 sites, 5,700 megawatts put together. Now, what kind of tariff will have to be decided when the bid comes in.
Mm-hmm.
It's too early to talk about the tariff at this moment.
All right. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, those were my questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, please press star and 1 on your phone now. We have a question from the line of Girish from MS. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. I just wanted to understand smart metering and, are you interested in, doing it beyond your circles, and are you participating in projects, and what will be the model that, if at all you take it up, what will be the model you'll follow in terms of EPC, you'll do it yourself, etc. And also on renewable, you said 3 to 5 gigawatt, and you've also spoken on CNI. But is there, how much opportunity exists for from a discount perspective that you have already? How much more can you do on renewables yourselves? How much bids can come through from your circles? Just want to understand the overall opportunity from this part. Thanks.
So as far as smart meters are concerned, Girish, these are, I mean, we are not looking at having that as a business model per se. So we may not want to sell smart meters per se. As far as our own discoms are concerned, smart meters, I think we are doing a small pilot project, but as of now, we have not decided whether we want to roll out for all the discoms which we have under our license, under the company. So we'll decide going forward, but basically if I look at my T&D losses in all my discoms, they are anyways at a lower level. So we are trying to figure out whether putting up smart meters will help economically or not. It will have to be figured out before rolling it out on a PAN license basis. As far as the discom capacity or our own discom capacity is concerned, again, I think even if there are, I mean, all the projects will have to be bidded out. So I mean, it is as good a bidding for let's say for a SECI for our own discom. So just wanted to understand the rationale behind your question in terms of.
No, understood that it will obviously it will be a proper bid, but wanted to understand that from a net zero perspective, do we have any specific targets that even in our licensees that we will have certain amount of renewables? What is the current renewable procurement that the discoms are doing? Is it like 20%, 30%? And can that number be scaled up significantly in the next 5 years?
So as of now, we are meeting our RPO obligations as far as our license distributions are concerned, except Dadra Nagar Haveli, because it's a recent acquisition which we have done. As far as net zero is concerned, as of now we have not taken any targets per se for net zero. Going forward, we may look at increasing the share even beyond RPO obligation. As of now, it will be difficult to tell you any targets per se on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Rupesh Sankhe from Elara Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Mr. Sankhe, you are not audible, sir. Mr. Sankhe?
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead now.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, your voice is breaking.
Okay. Is it now?
No.
No.
Mr. Sankhe? There is no response from his line. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, please press star and 1 on your phone now. As there are no further questions, I hand over the call to Mr. Saurabh Mashruwala for closing comments. Over to you.
Thank you so much for joining Torrent's Power Call, earnings call. We wish everybody to stay safe and healthy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of Torrent Power Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.
Thank you.